Should I sell my house in the fall and winter? Or should I just wait and put it on in the spring when the market's better? Let's talk about that. Happy fall, y'all. It is fall and we're getting ready to get into winter, and one of the things I hear from my sellers most is now really a good time? Should we wait? I hear the hesitation in their voice because they have in their mind that somehow or another the fall and winter is just not a good time to sell. And I'm going to tell you that statistics and some fun facts that I have will prove that myth wrong. Let's dive into the statistics first, but before we get into one of my favorite statistics, which is days on market, let's talk about how the real estate market in general is seasonal. And what I mean by seasonal is if you look at a calendar and you are to track the number of sales that happen over a year, you'll see that it's lower in January, and just like a roller coaster, it creeps up, all the way up until June, and it starts to get at the tippy top of the roller coaster. And about July, we start seeing it trending down, and then it slopes all the way back down into December. Majority of this has to do with schools and when schools start and parents wanting to keep their kids in a school system and move in the summer. That's why we kind of see that uptick and then it goes back down. With that being said, I like to look at the days on market. Let's look at compared to fourth quarter, the fall, and first quarter, the winter months. So I pulled some stats from October 2020 all the way through March 2021, first and fourth quarter, and the average days on market for the Atlanta area was 30 days. Now let's compare that to second and third quarter, which starts in April and goes all the way through September. And the number of days on market for 2021 for second and third quarter was 17 days. So there's a difference of 13 days, guys. 13 days. That's almost 2 weeks between the days on market. And 2 weeks flies by in a blink of an eye. So the fact that your house is on the market by 2 weeks longer in the winter than it is on the summer shows that houses sell in the winter. It just takes a little bit longer. 2 weeks is nothing. Now let's get into some facts about why selling in the winter and fall is perfectly fine compared to the spring and summer. My first fact is there are fewer houses on the market, and that simply means that you have less competition, because when you get ready to put your house on the market, you're getting ready to go into a competition with all the other houses that are around you. And it's so much easier to sell a house when there's not a lot of competition around. My second fact is you have some serious buyers. Some buyers in this crazy market that we've been in have had buyer fatigue, and they're kicking their heels back and going through the holidays and going to try it again next year. So people who are looking now, they are dead serious. 9 times out of 10, they are qualified. They are not messing around. So you know you've got a good qualified, serious buyer who's wanting to buy in today's market right now. And you'd hate to miss that buyer if you put it off until the spring. My third fact is we don't know where interest rates were going. If I had a crystal ball, I'd be rich, because then I could predict where interest rates were going. But I can't do that. Nobody can. And when interest rates go up, which they very may well go up in the spring next year, that means you're gonna have less buyers because your buyer pool has shrunk because they can't afford as much for their house because interest rates went up. So since interest rates are still low, selling right now is an excellent idea. Fact number 4 is the best agents work in the fourth quarter. How do I know? Well, because I work with a lot of agents and some of them just kick up their heels for the holidays and don't work through the fourth quarter. Those of us who make this our career, we have to work through the fourth quarter. And a good agent is going to give you some awesome tips. They're going to tell you how to present your house in the best light in the winter months. Simple tips like making sure the house is clean, making sure the gutters are cleaned out after all the leaves are falling down. Keeping on the lights on this time of year. It gets dark early, so having your house shown in the best light with all your lights on, those kind of tips are key. And if you have an agent that tells you, no, you need to wait to the spring, then either they're kicking their heels back because they don't want to have to mess with putting your house on the market and working through the fourth quarter, or they just don't know about the statistics that support it otherwise. That's when you might want to interview a different agent. And my fifth fact is your transaction most likely will go smoother because there's less transactions for the mortgage company to have to run through and goof up on. There's less transactions for the closing attorney to have to mess with and goof up on and cause delays. You're probably going to get a hold of trades people such as your inspector quicker and get into the inspection really quick because, again, they're not going on as many calls, so they can get you in your schedule quicker. So selling your house in the winter and fall, you actually could have a smoother transition and transaction, which gets you on to your next real estate dreams. Now, I know you might be like, Tonya, your statistics, like I'm a believer. Selling in the fall and winter's great, and all your facts have got me sold, but I don't know where I'm gonna go. And I've got to sell my house first before I can go somewhere. And that's kind of a little bit difficult in this market right now. Well, I'm going to link to a video that I did earlier this year that talks about you having to sell your house first before you can buy. I actually work with a lot of different companies that will allow you to either get a bridge loan, or you can actually reserve your home and rent it before you sell your other one. There's all kinds of products I can help you overcome that major fear that people have going on right now. So if you need help selling your house in the greater Atlanta area, reach out to me. I can help you get your home sold in the fall and winter seasons. And if you need help in your neck of the woods, I'll make sure you get connected to a great real estate agent there. I hope that you have a happy fall and a fabulous winter, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Are you digging the kind of content I'm producing? Then be sure to watch this next video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way, you'll be in the know when I release my next video.